Now you are looking at the uh, relics of the Buddha, our great master, Sakyamuni Buddha's bodily relics uh, come from the royal temple of Mihintale, Sri Lanka, where the Buddhism was established in Sri Lanka 2300 years ago, and that the very first temple to be established in Sri Lanka after Buddha's passing away about 200 plus years ago. So, when we talk about the relics, there are many kind of relics. After Buddha's passing away, the relics were distributed amongst every part of India, especially among the royal families. And also it kept after that in sacred places like pagodas, chaityas, so on. And after the Emperor Asoka became Buddhist, known as Chanda Asoka earlier, so he became a great Buddhist. Then he started to spread the Buddhism throughout the world. As a result of that, he sent his own son, Arahant Mahinda Thera, to Sri Lanka with the Buddhism, the message of the Buddhism. So he arrived in Sri Lanka and established the Buddhism with the king, and also from there onwards, the Sri Lanka became a Buddhist country, and we received the Buddha's relics from Sri Lanka, India to Sri Lanka under the supervision and also guide from Arahant Mahinda, and established pagodas and kept in Sri Lanka and Mihintale and Anuradhapura city. So since then it was residing there. Lately, Professor Senrat Paranavitana, he was a very prominent archaeologist and also Ceylonese, Sri Lankan. So they did the survey and also archaeological survey. They found these relics in Pagoda Mihintale. So that is where we have it is in a stone casket. Still it is here, you can see in the picture, a special casket done by the during the king's time, and also the special letters which you call Brahmin letters, dated back in about 2300 years back. It has written the history, where it's come from and the roots, the origin, and so on. So therefore, especially when we look at the relics, we have to see where it is come from, what is the historical background, and also archaeological evidence we have to see, because I find that today there are many relics around the world going on, and sometimes it's very sad to say that some of the groups, they are using people's, the devotees, the devotion towards the Buddha, they've been misused. So therefore we as a responsible reputed temple in Malacca, Malaysia, it is, I find that it's our duty and responsibility to make people's awareness what is the real relics of the Buddha and also Arahant Mahinda, so on. So people know at least that, how to identify through relics, because sometimes we find there are so big, bones, and then colorful ones, rainbow colors, and some large amount of, in kilos, so-called relics. So Buddha was not a giant, he was a human being, and it is not easy to receive relics of the Buddha, unless otherwise you have to find the origin and also archaeological survey, proven evidence, background, all these things you have to find out when you visiting a place of relics exhibition next time. And don't expect relics to be colorful, like rainbow colors, those things. So this is how the relics looks like. Maybe there's the tooth relics, this is the bodily relic, and you can see Arahant Mahinda's relics is bone relic. So therefore, I invite all of you to come to Malacca Sekyan during this Vesak period, year 2024. It's a very special year for, and also it's very historical Vesak year for us, to a year 2024, since we are having relics from Sri Lanka Mihintale Royal Temple all the way to Malacca for you to see and practice your devotion towards the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha, and practice your meritorious deeds. Thank you very much. What?
Ada audio kan?